What if you've been overpaying on your energy bills every single month? And the real problem isn't your HVAC unit at all. It's the ductwork hidden behind your walls. In today's episode, we're diving into the long-term value of the best ductwork install and repair in Georgia. Because the truth is, investing in high-quality ductwork isn't just about comfort today. It's about long-term savings, better air quality, and a home that actually works the way it should.
Absolutely. It's something people really overlook.
Yeah, exactly. And to help us pull back the drywall, to actually examine this hidden network of your home, we've partnered with the people who actually fix these exact issues every single day. I'm talking about our sponsor, Four Seasons Air Care, LLC.
Right, the real pros.
Oh, completely. If you are in the area, their number is 404-891-0225. And they don't just do one thing. They handle pretty much the entire life cycle of your home's air. They do air duct cleaning, GA, crawl space encapsulation, ductwork installation, and repair.
Which is huge, by the way.
Yeah, and dryer vent cleaning, disinfection services, HVAC system cleaning, and even water damage restoration. And the best part, they have a 100% money-back guarantee. No subcontractors either.
Oh, wow, that's rare.
Right, just dedicated employees. And that's our mission today, to figure out why ducts dictate your comfort, how the whole Georgia climate attacks them, and why upgrading is like the ultimate long-term investment.
Yeah, because we spend, so much time worrying about the really expensive HVAC unit itself. We just completely ignore the delivery mechanism.
Right, the actual pipes carrying the air.
Exactly, which is the thing that can make or break the unit's performance. Like, you can buy this incredibly efficient top-tier unit, but if you hook it up to a system of ducts that are, falling apart or leaking, it's like putting a Ferrari engine in a car with flat tires.
You're not going anywhere fast.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's establish the problem. To understand how we are, essentially losing money. What does ductwork actually do, and how does it fail when we can't even see it?
Right. So at its core, the ductwork is literally the pathway. It's carrying all that heated and cooled air throughout the house. And when it's sealed correctly, your rooms feel perfectly even. The airflow is strong. But the issue is those pathways are surprisingly fragile.
Fragile how? Like they just break on their own?
Well, sometimes, but usually it's, contractors stepping on them in the attic, or the old tape holding the joints together just dries out over the years.
Oh, sure.
Or rodents. Rodents love to chew through the insulation.
Ugh, gross. But okay, so how would I know? If it's hidden, what are the signs?
You'll start noticing sluggish airflow, like one room feels completely starved of air while another is getting blasted. Or you might get hot and cold spots.
Right, the classic guest room that's basically a sauna.
Yes. Or you might hear the system just, struggling. Like unusually loud performance, a roaring sound, and eventually musty odors.
Wow. And the data backs this up, right? I mean, the Department of Energy and Energy Star, they note that leaky or poorly performing ducts can reduce your heating and cooling efficiency by up to 20%.
20%, yeah.
That is massive. That's a fifth of your air just vanishing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this. If the HVAC unit is the heart pumping the air, the ductwork is the circulatory system. If the arteries are blocked, leaking, or crushed, the heart works way too hard. Are we all just walking around with high HVAC blood pressure and ignoring it?
That's a perfect analogy, because in the industry, when we see poorly routed or disconnected ducts, that creates what we call high static pressure.
Static pressure, okay.
Right. It means the system has to overcome severe resistance to push the air. So your HVAC unit is fighting just to get the air through those crushed or leaking arteries.
So it's working overtime.
Exactly. It wastes a massive amount of conditioned air, and it destroys the equipment over time.
Okay, so it's not just that the ducts leak, but it's where they leak, right? Because the specific geography of Georgia seems to turn a simple duct leak into a major disaster.
Oh, 100%. Georgia's climate is brutal on ductwork. In North Georgia, you're dealing with really high humidity.
Like constantly over 70%.
Yeah, often exceeding 70%. And then you add in that strong seasonal pollen that just peaks in early to mid-April.
The yellow dust season.
The yellow dust everywhere. Now think about where ducts are installed. They're usually in unconditioned, hostile environments, like a boiling hot attic,
Right.
or a really damp, dark crawl space.
So they're sitting in the worst possible air.
Right. And because of the stack effect, warm air naturally rises in a house. When it rises, it creates the subtle vacuum at the bottom of the house.
Oh, I see. So it pulls air upwards.
Exactly. It pulls damp, mold-filled air right up from the crawl space.
Here's where it gets really interesting. We aren't just losing the cold air we paid for. We are actively sucking in the worst air possible. It's like turning on the AC but leaving a straw poking straight into a moldy basement.
That is exactly what's happening. When you have leaky ducts operating in these environments, particularly on the return side, the side sucking air in, they just pull in insulation dust, crawlspace mold, and pollen directly into your airstream.
That is so gross.
It is, and the EPA is really clear about this. Moisture control is the key to mold control. Unsealed ducts in a 70% humidity environment are just a recipe for structural issues and major respiratory problems.
Wow. Okay, since we've just uncovered that leaky ducts pull literal toxic air into our bedrooms, we urgently need to address how professional duct services impact your indoor air quality and, your health.
It's vital.
It really is. Which is why we need to highlight the experts who can actually fix it. Let me bring up Four Seasons Air Care LLC again. If you want this done right, you have to look at their reputation.
Yeah, they're highly rated.
They have a 4.8 to 4.9 star rating from over 798 reviews. And these are Google-verified Trust Index reviews.
That's a lot of happy people.
Seriously. Customers like Jamie Bernstein and Nick Pattison are leaving glowing reviews about how satisfied they are with the work. They are the real deal. So, listener, call the sponsor now. Best Ductwork install and repair in Georgia at 404-891-0225.
What's fascinating here is that an investment in ductwork is actually an investment in your respiratory system. It's about securing the boundary between the dirty spaces of your house and the air you breathe.
I love that phrase, secure the boundary, because we're talking about real health impacts, right? Like allergies.
Oh, absolutely. A well-maintained system reduces triggers for asthma, allergies, and what we call sick building syndrome.
Sick building syndrome. Wait, what is that?
It's basically when the building itself makes you sick because the indoor air quality is so poor. Proper installation and repair stops the infiltration of all that fine particulate matter.
Like the dust mites and pet dander.
Exactly. And once the ducts are sealed, you can use advanced filtration, things like MRV13 filters, which capture incredibly small particles.
Oh, I've seen those. The really thick ones at the hardware store. But wait, can't I just buy one of those and slap it in to fix my bad air?
Well, no, that's actually a huge trap. You see, those filters are great, but your system's static pressure must be able to handle it. If you have crushed or leaky ducts and you add a highly restrictive MRV13 filter,
It just chokes the system.
yes, it literally chokes the blower motor. It needs to be professionally evaluated first.
Which brings us to the actual solutions. How does a professional even know what to do? Like, how do they avoid just putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound? How do professionals ensure they are actually fixing the root cause and not just wrapping some foil tape around a decaying system?
Good question. A real professional does full system diagnostics. They aren't just guessing. They measure the static pressure. They evaluate the return path balance.
Meaning what? Making sure the air going out equals the air coming in.
Exactly. They want balanced flow so you have neutral pressure in the house. And they use some really cool tech to find hidden issues like borescopes.
Little cameras?
Yeah, tiny snake cameras that go into the ducts. And they even use thermal imaging.
Wait, really? Like predator vision for your AC?
Essentially, yes. They can use FLIR cameras to see where cold air is bleeding out into a hot attic.
That is wild. So once they find the leaks, how do they decide if it's just a repair job or if they need to rip it all out and replace it?
So a repair is ideal for, say, disconnected joints or maybe damaged insulation jackets. If there's an isolated crushed run like someone stepped on it, they can fix that.
And do they use that shiny soil tape for that?
No. Professionals use mastic sealant. It's this thick paste that hardens and seals the leak permanently, and they combine that with proper restrapping.
Okay, so when do you replace it?
You replace it when the ducts are just too old. If they're heavily deteriorated, rusted out, or extensively damaged by moisture and mold over the years, mastic isn't going to save it.
It's just too far gone.
Right. And you want to get that right because good ductwork actively extends the lifespan of the HVAC system itself.
Oh, because it's not working as hard.
Exactly. It reduces the strain on blower motors and the compressors. That directly reduces how often you have to call for mechanical repairs.
Which brings us to the wallet. Because I think this is the overarching theme here. The ultimate ROI. What does long-term value actually mean when we're talking about ductwork?
Well, the definition of long-term value here is pretty clear. It means continuous energy efficiency, drastically lower utility bills over time, and a reliable, stable system.
Right. And we mentioned earlier that you're losing like 15 to 25% of your energy to leaky ducts.
Yes, and recouping that wasted energy is massive. That pays for itself.
And it probably bumps up your home value too, right?
Oh, significantly. There is a direct connection between professional ductwork and related services like crawl space encapsulation and increased home value. Most homeowners see a full ROI within just 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. That's incredible. So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means the money you think you're saving by ignoring your ducts is actually just leaking out of your attic every single month.
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, upgrading your ductwork isn't a sunk cost. It's an asset protection strategy that pays daily dividends in comfort and monthly dividends on your utility bill.
I love that. So to wrap this up, the final takeaway is that investing in the best ductwork install and repair in Georgia really is the ultimate trifecta, right? It's long-term savings, it's superior daily comfort, and unmatched mechanical reliability.
It really is. It fixes the root of the problem.
Absolutely. So don't wait until your system completely fails or your air quality gets unbearable. Call the sponsor now. Best Ductwork Install and Repair in Georgia at 404-891-0225. Let Four Seasons Air Care LLC handle it so your home actually works for you.
Highly recommend getting that inspection done.
Yeah, which is smart. And we'll leave you with this to think about. Think about the very next breath of air you take in your home. How many miles of dark, forgotten, unsealed tunnels did it have to travel through to reach you? And when was the last time anyone actually looked inside them?